Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's a casual one. I'm sort of a bit limp back and we're going to talk about some palettes that I think are great for summer. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. First off, we have the Certified Tropical Wonders palette. Now this one is currently on sale for the grand total of £9.50. If you haven't already tried Certified, you need to. These are the most gorgeous matte shadows. This is a rainbow palette I've had in my collection for probably way too long, but it's one I could absolutely never get rid of. And until I've used a bit more of it, I'm not buying a new one because it's still just as good as it used to be. Like, the red is so intense. Let's swatch this tealy shade. They are just gorgeous, so pigmented, so easy to work with. If you are wanting to try a rainbow palette but you're scared to spend too much money, pick this one up because you do need a good quality rainbow palette to get started, which this is, but it's also only £9.50 on their site, which is amazing. I'm just going in the order that these are in a pile, to be honest. They're just in the order that I grabbed them in. I filmed twice today. This one, I just wanted it to be a bit more casual. I got very excitable in the last video because I was talking about hitting 200 subscribers. So I'm just trying to take it down a little notch or two here. I've put my hair up, I'm all comfy. Next up, we've got Carnival 3 from Be Perfect and Stacey Marie. This is the Love Tahiti. I just think this is the most perfect summer colour scheme. It's gorgeous. As with all Be Perfect and Stacey Marie palettes, these shadows are amazing. You've got this really like gorgeous, chunky, like glittery duochrome shade, which I use a lot. There's another kind of like duochrome shade here. Let's do this one, which I'm obsessed with. It's the shade Coral. I use that a lot. It's just a really gorgeous palette, and I think a lot of the warm tones give me very summery vibes. But then you've got those like vibrant pops of green and blue. You can do a little bit of sort of more of a smokier look with a bit of a pop. It's just got a bit of everything, and there's not too many neutrals in it, which I think is what I love about this palette. Then we've got the Beauty Bay Bright 2.0. I really loved the 2.1. What? I really loved the first Beauty Bay Bright palette, but this one just takes it to a whole other level. It's a lot more curated. I find it's easier sort of looking at it to know what you're going to do with it. There's some amazing shades. I mean, that green is just so intense, so beautiful. It's got every shade you could ever want. It's got your black, your white, which I don't particularly miss in my collection, but if you do, it's in here. It's just got everything, and I just think it's a really great summertime palette because you can do a bit of anything. If you're into like pop of colour, you know, you can still use the neutrals. If you're into bright, all the colours, you've got them all here to work with. And Beauty Bay's formula is beautiful, always has been, but it just seems to get better. Right, I'm absolutely covered in shimmer at this point. This is another little indie brand. A lot of these are from little indie brands. This is the September Rose Slush palette, which went viral like 3-4 years ago now, I want to say. This is, and again, another great sort of more curated rainbow palette. You've got a mix of pastels, of mattes. It's not quite as versatile if you do want, you know, your neutrals in your rainbow palette. You're not going to get them in this one. It has got some shimmers. They're sort of very standard shimmers. Still pretty, nothing over the top, but the mattes are really nice quality. They blend beautifully, and I love the fact it's in like these curated, you know, deep, slightly deeper, slightly lighter, more pastel kind of rose. I just think it makes it really easy to use. Felt I couldn't really talk about rainbow summery palettes without talking about Ben Bunny. And blends is still my favourite. I love an all matte palette because I love to pull in like a funky duochrome shimmer or a liquid shimmer. But this is absolutely everything. I could, if I was doing makeup on somebody else and they wanted something bright, I could just take this and I would have everything. You know, you've got your white, your grey, your black, and then it's got the entire scale of tones. The only thing maybe it's missing is like a more sort of primary yellow. But I do think, you know, with sort of mixing because they're mattes and you can mix them slightly. You could literally do anything with this, but it's got some really like individual colours in it. Like these two like pukey baby colours. It's literally, if it's the colour of baby poop, I want it. My hand is really red, but they're just like perfect. Slightly more sort of muted yellows, which I think is really nice. It's just something a little bit different. And I really, really like this palette. It's such high quality. Blend Bunny's shadows are gorgeous. You can get them on Monolith now, so they're a lot easier to get to the UK. But even so, I ordered these from Blend Bunny. The shipping was great. It was really quick and I loved it. But this one is definitely my favourite. Then this is a palette that nobody ever talks about. This is the Circus Tent palette from Lorac. I think this is a really great holiday palette because you've got your two big highlighters. You can sort of use the dark one if you're sort of my tone. The darker one's great for the body. The lighter one's great for the face. And then you've got loads of shadows. I know some people don't like pressed glitters, but I don't mind. You've got a gorgeous little pressed glitter here, which is like, it's just so pretty. It's got like pink and like hollow, and these shimmers are the creamiest shimmers I've ever felt. And Lorac are so inexpensive on TikTok Shop now. Their palettes go for like £12, £13. And I just think it's a really great holiday palette. You've got all these gorgeous pinky warm tones, some purples, and then some sort of more green shades. It's not the most cohesive palette in the world, but I really love it. And I think it's a really great sort of all-rounder again. And then, last but not least, this one actually isn't a rainbow palette. Let me just wipe that glitter off my hand. This actually isn't a rainbow palette. This is the P. Louise Let the Queen Conquer palette, which is like a chessboard. It's the most insane packaging in the world, but the shadows are beautiful. The top layer is all pinks and purples, and then the bottom layer, that gives me major summer vibes. It's all oranges, yellows, greeny kind of colours. It's a really stunning palette. I love mixing the two sides together because you get the kind of girly... I can't show you both sides at once, which is annoying. This is not working. I thought this would work so well. Oh, I've just stuck my finger in a shade. You get the kind of girly, sort of pretty side there. And then this, you can add a bit more grunge to it. You've got like a couple of deeper browns to deepen things up. As with all P. Louise palettes, the formula is impeccable. The shimmers are really, really creamy and dimensional. You've got a bit of everything in it. I stuck my finger in another one there, which is beautiful. This Checkmate shade, I just want to put all over my lid all of the time. It's a really gorgeous palette, and P. Louise always hits it out the park for me. So that is everything. That is the however many, 8 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 summertime palettes that I am going to be reaching for when I'm wanting something pretty and summery. I hope you did enjoy this video on all my favourite palettes. I know you guys love palette videos normally anyway, and I love filming them because I bloody love eyeshadow palettes and I love talking about them. So I do hope you did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell if you never want to miss another one of my uploads. So I've been Call of the Ball, you've been fabulous, and I'll see you next time. Bye!